Please like the video and share it so that it reaches many more people and you get sawaba, or rewards from Allah. This could be a sawabe jariyah or continuous reward for you long after you are gone.
Volume 8, Book 75, number 389. Narrated by Sulam. That she said, O Allah's Apostle, Anas is your servant, so please invoke for Allah's blessing for him. The Prophet said, O Allah, increase his wealth and offspring and bless, for him, whatever you give him. Volume 8, Book 75, number 390. Narrated by Anas. Sulam said, to the Prophet, Anas is your servant, so please invoke for Allah's blessings for him. He said, O Allah, increase his wealth and offspring, and bless, for him, whatever you give him. Volume 8, Book 75, number 391. Narrated by Jabir. The Prophet used to teach us the istikhara for each and every matter as he used to teach us the surahs from the Holy Quran. He used to say, if any one of you intends to do something, he should offer a 2-rak'at prayer other than the obligatory prayer, and then say, Allahumma inni astakaruka biyamika, wa astakdaruka bikidratika, wa asaluka min fadlika azim, fa inaka takdiru wala ikdiru, wa ta'lamu wala alamu, wa anta'lamu guyub. Allahumma in kunta ta'lamu anna hada lamra khairun li fi dini wa marshi wa akibas amri, or said, fi ajali amri wa ajalihi, faqdurhu li, wa in junta ta'lamu anna ha dhal amra sharan li fi dini wa marshi wa akibas amri, or said, fi ajali amri wa ajalihi, fasrifu ani was rifni anu wa aqdur li alkara haythu kana thumma radani bihi, then he should mention his matter, need. Volume 8, Book 75, number 392. Narrated by Abu Musa. The Prophet asked for some water and performed the ablution, and then raised his hands towards the sky, and said, O Allah, forgive, Ubayd Abi Amir. I saw the whiteness of his armpits, while he was raising his hands, and he added, O Allah, upgrade him over many of your human creatures on the day of resurrection. Volume 8, Book 75, number 393. Narrated by Abu Musa. We were in the company of the Prophet on a journey, and whenever we ascended a high place, we used to say takbir, in a loud voice. The Prophet said, O people, be kind to yourselves, for you are not calling upon a deaf or an absent one, but you are calling an all-hearer, and an all-seer. Then he came to me as I was reciting silently, La hawla wala quwwata illa billah. He said, O Abdullah bin K. say, La hawla wala quwwata illa billah, for it is one of the treasures of paradise. Or he said, shall I tell you a word which is one of the treasures of paradise? It is, La hawla wala quwwata illa billah. Volume 8, Book 75, number 394. Narrated by Ibn Umar. Whenever Allah's Apostle returned from a Ghazwa or Hajj or Umrah, he used to say, Allahu Akbar, 3 times. Whenever he went up a high place, he used to say, La ilaha illallahu wadahu la sharika lahu, lahu el mulk wa lahu el hamd, wa huwa ala kulli shay, in Qadir. Aibuna taibuna, abaduna larabina hamidun. Sadaka el lahu wadahu, wa nasarayabdahu wa hazama el azaba wadahu. Volume 8, Book 75, number 395. Narrated by Anas. The Prophet, seeing a yellow mark of perfume on the clothes of Abdur-Rahman bin Auf, said, "What about you?" Abdur-Rahman replied, "I have married a woman with a ma of gold equal to a date stone." The Prophet said, "May Allah bestow His blessing on you in your marriage. Give a wedding banquet, walima, even with one sheep." Volume 8, Book 75, number 396. Narrated by Jabir. My father died and left behind 7 or 9 daughters, and I married a woman. The Prophet said, "Did you get married, O Jabir?" I replied, "Yes." He asked, "Is she a virgin or a matron?" I replied, "She is a matron." He said, "Why didn't you marry a virgin girl so that you might play with her and she with you? Or, you might make her laugh and she make you laugh?" I said, "My father died, leaving 7 or 9 girls, orphans, and I did not like to bring a young girl like them, so I married a woman who can look after them." He said, "May Allah bestow His blessing on you." Volume 8, Book 75, number 397. Narrated by Ibn Abbas. The Prophet said, "If any one of you, when intending to have a sexual intercourse with his wife, says, Bismillah, Allahumma janibna shush shaitan, wa janibi shush shaitan ma razaqtana," and if the couple are destined to have a child out of that very sexual relation, then Satan will never be able to harm that child. Volume 8, Book 75, number 398. Narrated by Anas. The most frequent invocation of the Prophet was, "O Allah, give to us in the world that which is good and in the hereafter that which is good, and save us from the torment of the fire." 2.201. Volume 8, Book 75, number 399. Narrated by Sa'd bin Abi Waqqas. The Prophet used to teach us these words as he used to teach us the book, Quran. "O Allah, seek refuge with you from miserliness, and seek refuge with you from cowardice, and seek refuge with you from being brought back to senile, geriatric old age, and seek refuge with you from the affliction of the world and from the punishment in the hereafter." Volume 8, Book 75, number 400. Narrated by Aisha. That Allah's apostle was affected by magic, so much that he used to think that he had done something which in fact he did not do, and he invoked his Lord for a remedy. Then, one day, he said, "O Aisha, do you know that Allah has advised me as to the problem I consulted him about?" Aisha said, "O Allah's apostle, what's that?" He said, "Two men came to me, and one of them sat at my head and the other at my feet, and one of them asked his companion, 'What is wrong with this man?' The latter replied, 'He is under the effect of magic.' The former asked, 'Who has worked magic on him?' The latter replied, 'Labid bin al-Azam.' The former asked, 'With what did he work the magic?' The latter replied, 'With a comb and the hair, which are stuck to the comb, and the skin of pollen of a date palm tree.' The former asked, 'Where is that?' The latter replied, 'It is in Darwin.' Darwin was a well in the dwelling place of the tribe of Bani Zurayk. Allah's apostle went to that well and returned to Aisha, saying, 'By Allah, the water of the well was as red as the infusion of henna, and the date palm trees looked like the heads of devils.' Aisha added, 'Allah's apostle came to me and informed me about the well. I asked the Prophet, "O Allah's apostle, why didn't you take out the skin of pollen?" He said, "As for me, Allah has cured me, and I hated to draw the attention of the people to such evil, which they might learn and harm others with." Narrated Hisham's father. Aisha said, Allah's apostle was bewitched. So he invoked Allah repeatedly, requesting him to cure him from that magic. Hisham then narrated the above narration. See Hadith number 658, Volume 7.